Good morning, all. Welcome to this AZ-104 sessions on Azure Administrator Associate exam level. So I'm again welcoming everyone. Can you hear me properly from my microphone? Is it clear for you? Just checking, that's all. Then I will talk as it is. Hello? Somebody? Please unmute your mic and say that it's okay. It's clear. Okay, thank you. Thank you, MZM. Thank you. So I was talking about something on last week on Nginx. Nginx is a load balancer, software load balancer I can call. We can install that load balancer in the Linux machines, Linux servers, as well as in the Windows servers we can install. Then it will be very much expandable. There are a lot of tuning is available on this. It doesn't depend on the hardware or something. Means there is no proprietary hardware as such for the Nginx load balancer. We can install it as a virtual machine on that. And virtual machine upgradation is very easier. The tuning is also easier. Because of the cloud environment, that Nginx load balancer has been gaining the momentum on that. Then I shared all the PPTs and I uploaded that video on the YouTube also. Many people are watching that. Thanks for that. So today we will be talking about Azure. Azure, people may be calling it as Azure or Azure, something that people are saying that, but it's Azure only. I just call it like. So it's a Microsoft product, of course, and they are actually not number one, they are number two only. Number one is AWS. In the cloud solutions, cloud service provider solutions, I can say. AWS is always number one. There is nobody can beat that. But why? Because AWS is completely open. Open in the sense it is open for every other platform. Linux, Windows, Android, iPhone, iOS, and many other operating systems are there. And everything has been open for that. We can find every other solutions in the AWS. I'm not promoting AWS, but I'm just telling that from my solution architect, as a solution architect, technical architect, I work in a company. So we used to get some more projects on the AWS only rather than in Azure. But Azure is also getting the momentum, and Azure is being good for Microsoft products. I can say that. There is no doubt about that. It is a Microsoft product because it is coming from the Microsoft home. I can't hear Madhu. Maybe Madhu, you can do one thing. You can rejoin again, or you can just remove your headphones and you can listen it on the speaker itself. Zoom has got certain issues, maybe like some Bluetooth and all, it may not work properly. Check it out. I guess others are not facing any problems, so I'll continue. So Azure is like Azure or Azure, and you can call anything. Okay. Azure is for cloud service providing solutions. Like any other cloud provider, Azure is also providing a lot of services from the platform. It's a cloud platform, cloud service provider platform. I can just say that so many other services has been added recently. I've been doing this course for last maybe like 1.5 years. I have taken many other batches as well on this. So there are new chapters has been added to that. So I included those also to the people who are currently joining on this. And earlier we've been using that virtual machine, storages and PowerShell, like web apps and other things and all. Now it has been many things are added. I'll be talking about the course details later. So first of all, we'll see that what is the cloud and why we going for a cloud. What is the advantages of the being in the cloud, and why should we go for the cloud? Why can't we do everything on premises or the our own local data centers? Like data centers, we are also having a lot of data centers over here. On premises network is still running. Many other companies are still thinking that whether they would like to go for a cloud solutions or not. Still they are thinking. I can say that because at the top level of people are not deciding about that whether to go for a cloud or something. But now cloud is gaining the momentum like anything. Last 5 years, we've been seeing that a lot of migrations are happening. Migration in the sense of hardcore migrations are happening. Like people are doing the 3-shift to do all the migrations and as well. If a project has been starting in the sense, maybe 3 to 6 months, it can happen. It been taking the time for to get completely migrating their applications, virtual machines, like the data and the virtual machines, everything has been migrated to the cloud. Why people are going for the cloud? What is the best option? What is the best, like the answer which I can talk about that there is nothing but Cost reduction. One word I can just say, cost reduction. Cost reduction, whenever there is a company is actually going for a project commissioning, project initialization, or project, when they are thinking about the project to come up, in the sense, first thing which will come up in their mind is a budget. Based on the budget only the project is getting executed. Whether it is going beyond the budget, in the sense the people are not rejecting that, in the sense like we can go and stop the project, is not required because it is taking a lot of cost. Whether it is going to give a return on investment or not. So many things has been coming up from the top level. Once it has been started, then the people will be looking for the budgetary things only. Like they like to reduce the cost, operational cost, capital cost, like whatever it may be the cost which we talk about, Apex and CapEx we will be talking about. All the PMP guys will be talking about that. Capitalized expenditures, operation expenditures. These are all coming into the first level of thinking. Whenever you are talking about the product, whether it's going to be the project is in the on-premises or in the data center or in the cloud. When you compare all these three things on the cloud, as well as in the cloud, as well as in the on-premise or in the data center, the cloud solutions are a bit lesser than the other solutions which we are going to provide it. Why? Because when I am buying an equipment from the local market and I'm arranging all these things, means installing every other operating systems, applications and everything, I'm giving it to the customer, he's using it for near about 3 years, 4 years or something like that. After that, he would like to go for an upgradation. After 4 years upgradation, in the sense, it's a heavy cost for me because it is going to be an asset which is sitting on my own, in my own on-premises or in my data center. Upgradation costs are so much heavily, then I will be going for a new hardware or new software itself. That's a real factor. I can just say that. So when it comes for an upgradation of either hardware or software or application, or maybe the engineers who are maintaining that, they need their skill need to get increased or something like that. So whatever it comes up in the mind about upgradation, in the sense, it is a cost. It's a heavy cost involved in that. So what people are looking for, how do we reduce the cost? That's why we are all having it on, like offshore things are coming up. We are all working on the projects only because they would like to reduce the cost from their own country or something like that. They'll give it an outsourcing or something. So when it is given an outsourcing, it's nothing but the cost cutting like that. So even though they would like to cut the cost by moving everything towards the cloud, in the sense, because in the cloud we will be getting the state-of-art hardware, state-of-art software, means the latest version of the hardware we can get, latest version of the software we can get that, and we can go ahead and install it everything. And again, it comes up like per day basis or per hour basis only, the rental like we are going for. We are not going to own any equipment or licensing or software or nothing. We are not going to own anything like. As and when we require that, we will be utilizing the Azure platform or a Google Cloud platform or AWS platform for commissioning, like project or something like that, running the things and finding out the output from that. After everything has been done, we can dismantle and we can give it back to the cloud service provider itself. No questions asked. See how beautiful it is. It's like a rental only. But rental, if you take it in the locally, it will be very much heavier. Cost is very heavy. When you go for a storage solutions, when you go for a like kind of video and audio making, people are they require to have some heavy hardware or software they require for that. So when you try to rental it out, or you going to buy it out, like buying, in the sense, it's actually people are not buying at all because it is not going to maintain them. They are not going to maintain those things. It's not very easy for to maintain the things. And again, you just need to get the projects for to run it in the same product as well. How much you are going to get out of that? What could be the return on investment on that? So these are all the questions will be lingering in the mind, that whether we would like to go for taking an asset and keeping it as an asset in our own company or in a data center. Either we will go for a cloud platform or something. So the best choice is like the people will go for a cloud, because cloud is like whenever you require, you will acquire, you will take it out, you will sign an agreement, and you'll be continuous start using those equipments. Once it has been over, in the sense like project has been over, the product is ready, you deliver the product to the customer, and you will be dismantling all these things and give it back to them. So whatever the days which we used on that is nothing but the pay as you go model, PAYG, pay as you go model. The pay as you go model is very much easier for even for the entrepreneurs, self-entrepreneurs, like the startup people are very smaller, like they would like to start it. it's there, finding out very easily for them to acquire it and doing it, like rather than looking for a hardware and just checking in the internet that who is providing that, where is the local guy, how much is he charging for the per day visit or something like that. So everything else is there. So those kind of, the troubles are not there with the cloud. We can just go ahead and we can start pulling that by the menu options on that. How much CPU we require, how much RAM we require, how much hard disk we require. Accordingly, we'll be just taking that by the menu selections on this. Construct the machine within an hour, not even an hour. Machine construction will be like only 3 minutes or 4 minutes only. After that, you'll be installing that software on that. Maybe it will be taking again a half an hour or something. Application tuning may be taking half an hour. So within 3 hours to 4 hours, your application is ready. You can give it to your developers so that they will be sitting down and they start doing the coding. If they are well versed and they are quite a level 3 people or something, they'll be developing the code within a week or something. Product is ready. Go for a testing, commission it, test it out, then commission it, then give it back to the people on that one. In a month, everything has been ready. Means a complete product has been ready for us. Same thing, when you think about that, you are going to create it something in our own data center or in our own on-premises or something. Acquiring the equipment itself will take a long, because we just need to take a quotation from the multiple peoples, multiple vendors, finalizing with their own prices and other things. You go for a negotiations, and they will come out with that. Then they'll go for a bidding like that. Whoever is quoting low there, this process itself will take 15 days, 20 days. After that, you will be finalizing. They will be delivering the product. They will be delivering the hardware, software. That will take again 15 days. So 1 month is already over. Your product is still not started. Project is not started. So the next month you'll be starting with that, acquiring the engineers, getting the engineers to do that project or something. That again selection will go for 10-15 days. HR will be taking the rounds and other things. So it's 2 months is over. Third month the project is getting started, and the month maybe it get delivered. So 3 months it takes for product to get delivered when it is coming as an on-premises or in our own data center or something. But you see that where is 1 month, where is the 3 months? That's why people are looking for a cloud solutions. When they're going for a cloud solution, in the sense, it's very easy for them because it has been already ready, ever ready. It's like whatever it may be the time, whichever it may be the time zone you are staying, whatever the nearest data center you have, either you are in India, Sri Lanka, or you are in US, or maybe in Singapore or something, wherever you are there. So you can just pull the data center locally, and you can start constructing all the equipments whichever you require. You can acquire all these things, and you can pay for it per hour basis or per day basis or per monthly basis. Something like that. You'll pay as you go model. That's why it's very easy. So that's why again, cost reduction, along with the cost reduction, resource reduction is also there. Means human resources I'm talking about. You don't require any 3-shift engineers enough to maintain something on a cloud-based solutions. Not required, because Microsoft Azure is providing the people. Means support engineers are still sitting inside the Azure. Microsoft, they will help us. So when if this is the same case in the on-premises or something, we require to keep at least 10 to 15 engineers for 3 shifts to maintain all these things. When it's going down, when the people are going on a leave, something like that, you just need to manage all these things and all. So these worries are gone. We will just construct everything on the cloud and then leave it. Maybe like with a very much 40% reduction of the resources are required to maintain the things which are running on the cloud, public cloud. That is what. This is what, like, see, one side, if you see that, you are losing the job. Other side, as a project engineer or something like that, you just see that the cost is very much reduced, so that the outcome is very faster and you can sell it in a good price as well. Competitive market price, you can sell it out. So any other solutions, whatever it may be the solutions you're looking for, there will be pros and cons. We need to go by that. But how do we beat those things? How do we get a job in Azure? Like how do we get into that Microsoft? How do you get into that kind of doing the migration project or those things? Because in India, whatever the outsourcing projects are going on, it's only the migration which is happening. Either it is from the VMware migrations are happening to the Azure, from the applications it is happening the migrations to Azure, as well as development, other things which are happening. Databases are happening, mainly databases are happening for Azure Platform or something. So migration projects are the number one. So how do you get involved yourself into the migration projects? Migration projects, in the sense, you should be having the proper understanding of the OS, whatever, either it is Linux or Windows or something. You should be having the proper understanding of the OS. Then application knowledge is required. Networking knowledge is required. VMware, and the database knowledge is required. So many knowledge is required. You just need to have some kind of knowledge so that you can go for migration live. Once it has been started, it cannot be stopped because many other data which is keep on moving on. You just need to go ahead and as a phase by phase, you will be maintaining all these things to understand that how much is being sent, how much is being left out, and we have to have a call with the conference call with the clients that identifying that how much is being left out, whether it is been properly moved or not. So these are all required that you require a first. What is the first knowledge you require? Azure knowledge is required for it. Microsoft Azure, how the platform is working. Migrating in the sense like you may be running already because the people who are joining the company means there must be a network which has been already built. Microsoft servers running, Oracle servers are running, databases are running, application services are running. Many other applications are running on the on-premises network that you can just land it out in a 2 months, 3 months or something. But when it comes to the Azure, people are expecting that you will be having certain experience on Azure platform so that they can involve you on directly on the project itself. Okay. So for that, this certification will help you. That's what I'm coming back. Certificate, whether it is required, people will be asking, do I need to go for a certificate? Can I go through all the videos? There are so many videos there in the YouTube. You can watch that complete entire courses when the people are putting freely. You can watch that, you can gain the knowledge and you can say that I have the knowledge on Azure. Can you recruit me like that? People will say no, HR say no. Why? How do we believe that you will be knowing about Azure products? How do you create a machine? How do you create a network? How do you create databases inside Azure? How do you do initiating a migration project or something? So you require an experience. Experience can come through studying and doing the hands-on, and very important point, going for certification. Certification is very important. I guess AZ-104 is a very lesser money, around 5,000 rupees only it's coming up. When it comes to the money part of it, going for an examination or something, $165 it is there. I'll show you on the slides actually. So $165 means around 5,000 rupees. It's not so heavy for at least for this timing or something I can say. You can go for that exam, clear that exam, put this logo. This logo need to be put on that. This logo is required. This logo, when you put on this logo, people will be understanding that you know Azure, and you'll be putting that passing informations in your resume, and along with that logo, certificate logo, if you put on that, the HR will be definitely immediately they'll be calling you that okay, this guy knows something about the Azure. I can involve him in Azure project for at least directly. I can involve him. He can start doing something which has been given by the seniors. Definitely, seniors will be helping you to do this one, but you should have some basic knowledge about the how the Azure platform is. How does it working? What all the data centers are there? How do I log into the Azure portal? What are the ways to log into that? How do I watch the machine is running or not? What is the utilization of the machine? How much is the database is running? How much tables are created? You know, like what are all the ways that I can log into the Azure portal? Can I go it through the CLI? Can I do it through the PowerShell? PowerShell is a very important thing in Azure. You need to learn the PowerShell. And can I log in through the GUI? Is it possible? Can I clear something on the GUI based, CLI based, PowerShell based, or shell based or something like that? We'll go for that. So these are all the informations which people are looking for. The basic knowledge is required. That's what I'm saying. If you don't know the Windows server itself, then how the people will be accessing, how the people will be assessing you that you know that the Microsoft products. Then how can you work on Azure? Because Microsoft Azure is based on completely on a Microsoft products. I can say that. So as far as the project which I have done it on, completely it's been running on a Microsoft product only, we are running on Azure. When it comes to the open projects in the sense, other product which are coming out other than the Microsoft in the sense, we people move to the AWS or Google Cloud. Like that. Okay, we are talking about the Azure here, so we will go through the slides one by one now. If any questions, just unmute your mic and start asking, no problem. I want something going to be interactive, not only I'm talking on this. Okay, let me go through the slides one by one. I'll minimize all this. You're fine. You're fine. Wait, what's happening? Okay, now it's coming. So we are going to see this on Azure Administrator Associate AZ-104. There is one more certification is there, the below than this, AZ-900 something is there. That is a very low level. That is only for the people who would like to know about what is Azure. That is not for the engineers. And for engineers who are going to work on Azure platform, hardcore, hands-on, how the products are running, how the server has to be created, database has to be created. In the sense, you need to take this administrator course. Okay, next. What are the cloud models? What is the Azure core infrastructure? Azure regions are there, resource groups are there. How the network has been built on that? What is the virtual machine? Virtual machine, we'll call it as like an infrastructure as a service. Because everything has been offered as a service for you. Infrastructure as a service. Application and DB services, that is nothing but platform as a service. Other services, XaaS, Azure portal. So this we need to understand what are the cloud models are there and what is the core infrastructure of the Azure is there. How the Azure code, like infrastructure has been built, how we are accessing that, what ways we can able to log into that, and how do we see that each and every services by their own screen? How do we surf in between the screens? How do we see that what level of access I have it on the Azure portal? What login I made it? What kind of a subscription I have? Very important. Subscriptions are very important because it is not coming free. Free in the sense what? Maybe a month free. Some free tier operations are there in this Azure also. We can see that 30 days something is coming up as free. They will be giving around $300 something free for you. Means you can spend without paying into the Microsoft. You can learn the Microsoft product. Means Azure product you can learn that. So many ways of subscription models are also there. We will be seeing that in the coming slides. So through that, you will be able to access that Azure and you can get trained yourself on Azure so that you will be able to attend the interviews without having any issues on that. Because people are looking for the questions are asked from the laboratory point of view, scenario point of view, whether the person knows or not, they will check it out first of all. Not just going through the videos or watching them, something it doesn't work out. You need to work on in your own hands. When you're working on that, you will understand that what kind of troubles which are coming out, how you are going to troubleshoot it out, what are the commands are there, which screen I will have to go and see which kind of a service is running on that, what are the menus and options are there, how do I select which is the paid option, which is the free options like that. So these are all you require to know. So you require to log into the Azure portal. I'll be showing you a small lab after this, going through the slides. I'll show it in the Azure platform itself. You can see that. Next, what are the cloud service models? This is a traditional model. Traditional model in the sense everything has been built on-premises, I can say. It is an on-prem. In on-premises, we'll have a networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating systems, middleware, runtime, data, application. Completely, it is on-premises. That is why it is called as a traditional cloud service model. It is actually not a cloud, traditional model. Then infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service in the sense, these are all managed by the vendor. This is managed by the vendor, means networking, storage, servers, virtualization. That is completely managed by the vendor. Vendor in the sense you can take it at Azure will be managing this. This you will manage it. You manage it. It's application, data, runtime, middleware, OS. Let me clear it out. So this you manage and this is vendor manage. This is nothing but infrastructure as a service. Most of the companies are looking for this only. They will acquire the hardware and the software and they will be running their own applications on top of it. That is called as an infrastructure as a service. You will pay only for the hardware which you are acquiring from for the time being like that, maybe 3 months, 6 months like that. You will be paying for it. That is an infrastructure as a service. Then it's a platform as a service. In the platform as a service, what all the vendor is providing is networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, everything is giving us. What we are going to do that, you are going to manage only application and data. That is a platform as a service. Means you will be getting the .NET platform, Java platform, like what all the other platforms are there, Python, Ruby, DevOps platforms, whatever it may be, that Chef, Puppet, Ansible, Docker, anything you will see, Kubernetes, everything they will be providing it to you. Means vendor will be providing, Azure will be providing for. You will be running that application on top of it and you will collect the data. Then you will manage only these two. This is called platform as a service. Software as a service, it's completely managed and provided by the provider itself. Azure will provide everything for you. Everything will be provided as well as they will manage it also. You see that. networking, storage, servers, virtualization, operating system, middleware, runtime, data, application, everything they are providing. What do? You just need to pay it and you'll have to acquire this. What are the software as a service examples? You can just service now, like, and service now is one of the Salesforce, something like that, it comes on. If you like to develop certain product on that, then you will be acquiring everything from the cloud itself. Means everything has been managed by the cloud providers. You will just enjoy only the product which is coming out of it. So there are different models. One is a traditional model on premises, infrastructure as a service. Only hardware will be provided by the vendor, and platform as a service. And platform as a service until the like platform related things will be provided by the vendor. Then you will be managing this application and data. Everything else is been given by the ISO, that vendor in the sense that is called as software as a service. This is the cloud service models we have. These are the cloud service models. This will be applicable for even for AWS and Google Cloud, GCP, and we have the DigitalOcean is also there. DigitalOcean, Oracle Cloud, IBM Cloud, CenturyLink Cloud, so many other clouds are, because these three only are famous. Azure is famous, AWS is famous, right? And GCP is famous. So that's why I'm talking about all these three only. Okay, now let us go to the next slide. What are the regions Azure is having? This is actually a bit old slide which I have there. There are something more, the countries are there. See, I'm sitting in India. So I'll watch only India. Okay, Western India, Eastern India, South India, something is there. And you can see that there is a bunch of things are there in the Europe. Very little which is there on the South Africa, and is related to the China, Japan, Hong Kong is there. Australia we have, South America, North America. North America is complete because they built it everything over from there only. So all the interconnections are there from here. We have all the interconnections are there. So we can able to reach any network from anywhere we want. It's possible. So I would like to show you some kind of, the exploring things. It'll be opening up a browser for me. I'll show you this. It's a very nice one. Let's see this. Azure infrastructure is loading now. Where are all they are having the locations? We can see the complete globe, and you can just click on that. It'll be saying us, you see that it's rotating now. So if I click on this place, it'll be showing that Gold 300 sustainability product. Country is United States. Solar, something like that. Microsoft doesn't have power. Okay, this is a power one. Okay. And what about this one? Bridal South, Brazil South. There are availability zones are there in this. Available with 3 zones. Year opened is 2014. Products. See the product in this region. You can see what all the products we can get. Disaster recovery region is there. Industry compliance and all, you can go with that. That's possible. Let us we can rotate this globe like this. Oh, great, man. Beautiful. Let me see India. I'll see India only. Oh, yes. Where it is India? It's here. So let me click on this. South India. We are in South India. Where it is in South India? Chennai. It's there in Chennai. It's there in Chennai. Data residency stored at rest in India. Availability zones. Nearest region to the zones available is Central India. Year opened is 2015. 6 years back. 7 years back. Sorry. For what all the products are available on this region, you can see that. Disaster recovery is also possible on this. All the benchmarks will be going in this. So what else is there in the India? You can see Central India. Maybe it will be in Mumbai or it's in Pune. Okay. It's in Pune. Data residency stored at rest and availability zones. There are 3 availability zones there in this. Disaster recovery possible. Products, we can see that. And what else is there? Must be Mumbai. West India. Mumbai. Without Mumbai, nothing works because AWS has got data center only in Bombay only. We cannot have it in anywhere else in India. Okay, availability zones. There are nearest region zones available in Central India. Stored at rest in India. The data residency is there. Products, we can click and see that. There are what all the products are there in this region like that. Maybe it will be opening one more tab or something. Products available by the region. We are seeing something on the Mumbai. Azure Databricks, Azure Bot Services, Health Bot, Cognitive Search, Machine Learning, Detector, Binge Speech, So many are there, right? So many: data lake, event hubs, Azure analysis services, Power BI embedded, Azure data centers, virtual desktop, virtual machines, right? Or what are the types of virtual machines we are seeing here? SAP HANA is available, SQL service is available, app service, web apps, static web apps, cloud services. What not there? We have everything on this, right? So like this, we can see multiple regions as well. So there is a satellite is moving, I guess. Okay, maybe. And you can just see your own region. Maybe I guess it is in Colombo also, something is there. I just seen it yesterday. Let's see. Yeah, it is a CMB01. Let me click on this. I come, yeah, network pop, point of presence is there. Means they will be connecting to the either Mumbai, Chennai or something like that. But there is a point of presence. Means from here, we can start commissioning the network for Azure. It is possible, but there is no fullest data centers are out here. There is no data can be stored locally on Colombo. You see that there is one satellite is moving. Okay, like this is another satellite is coming. This is your Sydney data center center analysis. Is this Antarctica has come. Let's see, Australia Southeast, Australia Central, and Australia East. This must be in New Zealand. In New Zealand, we have the geography. One coming soon. This is still coming soon. Region is not there in New Zealand. People will be connecting to that Australia only. New Zealand North. Yeah, it is available. In Auckland, it is available. Same like availability zones are not ready. Disaster recovery is there. Like this, we can see how many data centers are there, how many regions are there, geographically, how much they are, like separated from the people, and how do they get connected to that. You see that there is a connectivity. These are all fiber will be running on the under earth, means like undersea cables will be running on. So here you can just see South Africa North. Maybe it must be a Cape Town. Johannesburg. Okay, Johannesburg is there. We have data centers and everything is there. Data disaster recovery is also there. One more is there. Nothing is coming on this. Okay, anyway. So like this, we can see the infrastructure on this one. Let me minimize this. Not required anymore. So like this is 50 regions worldwide and 140 available countries. This must be increased now because it's a 1-year-old photograph. I didn't get this photograph again. They didn't give me anything. We've seen that anyway. We've seen the live informations of the Azure where all they are working. Accessing the Azure platform, how do we access it? We'll access it through the portal.azure.com. With your browser, you'll go for it and you'll access it. Then PowerShell and Azure CLI, that is most important. PowerShell you need to learn, Azure CLI we need to learn. This is like not only by using the GUI, we can access it through the PowerShell commands as well as through the Azure CLI commands. For the PowerShell, we go to learn. In Windows 10, we can have the PowerShell installed. It's already installed. We can start learning all these things by running the basic commands on this. Possible. Next, what all the subscriptions are there in Azure? Free trial, that is definitely it is there. That's why I put it in the first one. Because people, if they're having the free trial only, they will log in and verify. I have a free trial. You can create a free trial by just giving your Gmail address or any other email address. With one credit card or debit card is there. But one more subscription is there. That is called as Azure PaaS. Something is there. Nothing is asked, I guess. There is something. I just need to verify that. Please verify that in the site and verify. Okay. Then pay as you go model. This is what the corporates will be going for. Visual Studio and MSDN subscriptions. This is for kind of developing your applications on that. Microsoft resellers, they're selling the products and all. Cloud solution provider, CSP. We can have as a CSP also. Means through the Azure, we can sell, we can make, we can sell and other things. That is possible. Open licensing is there. Enterprise agreements are there. This is differently, so many things are there. According to the projects, the PMP people, the project management people will be acquiring the services. For us, this is most preferable. We will go with a 1 month subscription. You can learn in a month. Very easy with that 1 month learning is very much enough because everything is self-explanatory. There are a lot of help is available completely. And only thing is that you just need to learn the CLI and the PowerShell things and all. Okay, let's go to this is about a subscription. Let's go to the next. How the account hierarchy is being selected. Azure Enterprise, departments, accounts, subscriptions, resource groups, resources. In the enterprise, we'll be saying ea.azure.com. EA means Enterprise Azure. something like accounts like that, account.azure.com, portal.azure.com, something like that. Account hierarchy is going on. You need to learn that. This is an enterprise hierarchy example. Enterprise enrollment is coming up here. There is a department A, department B, and department C. Under that, we have account A, account B. Under that, we have 3 subscriptions. 1, 2, 3. That account C, subscription 4. Account D, subscription. Means not buying one subscription for the entire company or something like that. We will split and buy as and when we require a certain kind of an agreements, certain kind of an, the licensing part or something, subscription part. We will be buying it accordingly to the project. So that we can learn when we are, going to enterprise level, when we are working on that, when we're designing a project or something, we just need to worry about that. But this now is a good example that how the hierarchy examples are given on this. Next, common scenarios. It's like a functional scenario. It's one other scenario, and a business division, and there is a geographical division. So there are 3 type of model. Common scenarios are given. Functional means through the enterprise, it will be giving it to the departments, accounts, and subscriptions level and go on. Business driven in the sense like it will be like application based, something other it goes on. Geographical in the sense it will be coming up accordingly to the geographical place, either it's Africa, Europe, or India, Asia Pacific, like that will go for. So how the subscription model is there? Resource group. How do we going to create all the resources inside? Resources is nothing but virtual machines, databases, web applications, mobile applications, like storages. Everything is coming as like a resource for us. So we can create them under a resource group. We will be naming it like a resource group. Under that, we can able to create all these. Resource group, normally we can take it like that, a particular department or a particular project we can take. If a project requires like a kind of a web application need to be developed in the sense, minimum we require one database, we require virtual machines, we require applications, and we require licensing things. So this all can be put it under the one resource group that is called as a resource group. So these are all coming under that same resource group. We can create multiple different products as well. Inside one resource group, it's very easy to manage this resource group. Once a project has been over, we can dismantle this resource group just by clicking delete. It's very easier, that much easier. But once it is over only, you'll delete that. Okay, that is about the resource group. Then the next one is that virtual machines. What is a virtual machine? This is a very older things everyone should be knowing at least by this time now. We are all working on VMware workstations and Oracle virtual machines. Like we have the virtual that virtual host, something is which we used to normally create that to to understand how the server is running on. Means in Windows 10 we can install the VMware workstation, we can install it, and in the VMware workstation we can install the servers like Windows Server, we can install Linux Server, we can install databases, we can install, or any other kind of networking. People will be using that EVNG, something like that. With that can be installed as an Ubuntu, we can install and we can practice that. That is nothing but because your host OS is going to be and the guest OS is going to be. Host OS means maybe your Windows 10 will be the host OS. Guest OS will be like the Linux and the servers which we talk about that. Those are all the guest OS on this. How the virtual machines can be compared. This is your normal PC. You take it as this is your normal PC. CPU, memory, hard disk. These are all the hardware on top of it, as operating system running on top of it, application running. This is how we normally do. And when it comes to the virtual machines, in the sense, this part is still there, but there is one guy called hypervisor will be sitting. He will be managing a different applications and different OS under the same hardware. This is called as a virtual machine. One operating system can manage multiple operating systems with the help of a hypervisor. Hypervisor is nothing but a virtual machine host, virtual machine engine, you can call it as well. Hypervisor is a term which has been used in the Microsoft platform. Okay, so this is one application which is running on certain OS, that is a virtual machine. This is another VM, and this is another VM. You see that all 3 VMs are sharing a similar resource by using a hypervisor. This hypervisor is sitting in between the hardware and virtual machines. This hypervisor manages the memory, CPU, and hard disk space and other things. That's how the virtual machines are created. Same similar kind of, the environment which we will be creating it on the Azure also. Networking overview. We can create our own network on Azure. What is a network? That is called as a virtual network, it is called as. Normally, we will create a network in on-premises by putting the switches and cables and connectors. Like multiple switches will be installed on multiple floors, and we'll be running the fiber optic cable to connect all the switches and connect them, everything. That we'll be doing it, everything on physical hardware, we'll do that. But when it comes in the Azure platform, it is a remote platform. We will create a virtual net. Under the virtual net, we'll be creating multiple subnets as well. Subnet A, subnet B, and they will be talking between that subnets. You will have to create one router. So these are all coming as like normally as a virtual. That's why it is called as a virtual networking we create. What are the capabilities of the core virtual network? This is isolation is possible between the subnets. Internet access is possible. For this subnet, I can give internet access. For this subnet, I will give internet access for this. Azure resources. Inside that subnet, I will be able to create the virtual machines and the cloud services. VNet connectivity between the two VNets. If I am creating a VNet 1, VNet 2, I can create the two VNets. That is nothing but a VNet peering we call. Then on-premises connectivity. From this virtual net, I can able to connect my on-premises network, which has already been running in my own company, like that. And traffic filtering possible by by configuring the access configuration lists and other things. Routing we can do, definitely. We can connect with the BGP, OSPF and other protocols we can configure with that. So virtual networking is very important. We need to understand this virtual networking. So before coming into the cloud, what I would like to suggest that network OS knowledge is very important. Either it is a Windows or Linux, it's required. And networking part is required. Means a basic CCNA or some other similar certifications you require. And a certain database knowledge is required. Not a must, I'm just telling database knowledge. Application knowledge is required. Like these are all the basic knowledges. When you have that, you will not have any kind of difficulties in understanding the terms which is being discussed under the Microsoft Azure. Not only in Microsoft Azure, it's in the AWS platform, GCP platform, any other cloud platform, because cloud in the sense completely virtual. You cannot see, touch, feel, nothing. You just need to understand by seeing. That's what I say. So go for any kind of Windows certification or a Linux certification at the server level. Then try to do some kind of CCNA level certifications for a networking. It is very much still is active, Cisco. And some databases, you will get this knowledge when your company is having a database which is running in their own premises. Definitely, application knowledge can come through that by running a certain applications on the virtual machines or something. Best what I can say that in your Windows 10, if you have a 8 GB memory and near about 500 GB hard disk, you have i5 machine, this much is enough. You can create a virtual machines on in your own in your own Windows 10 machine, in your own Dell laptop or something like that. You can just create that. I do that way. So with this one, we can learn everything on a VMware side. VMware is more than enough. VMware workstation is evaluation copies available for you 30 days. You can download freely. Then you can learn all these things with that. It's very much possible. So if you would like to come to the cloud, that's what I'm saying. Directly don't jump into the cloud. Don't jump. You come through this network operating system, you learn, networking you learn, database you learn, applications you learn. Then you come for the network. Either it is a cloud network or you're coming for, or you're going for a DevOps level or something like that. It's a must required. With just BE Tech, it doesn't work at all. Because BE Tech, what all they teach, I know very well. Because I also come through the same, like environment only. Anyway, so this is a basic requirement. We see in the networking overview. Then we are going to see something on application and DB services. This is nothing but the platform as a service. What all application services are offered from the Azure? Web apps, mobile apps, functions, logical apps, containers. Azure Container Service. Under that, we can create QAs. Kubernetes service also we can create. Docker, we can create anything. Database services, SQL. Under that SQL, Azure SQL, SQL managed instances, PostgreSQL, MySQL, and Cosmos DB. Many other database services are available. Even Oracle is also available, but we may have to pay a hefty money for that. Okay, this is coming into the platform as a service. Earlier we've seen the virtual machine, we've seen that. Then we see the networking basic thing, we've seen that. Now we are seeing the platform as a service. Like that, so many services are offered in the cloud. We'll see the next one, storage and other services. Storage is important because we need to dump our data to keep it for so long, 3 years, 4 years, even more than that. So all application data, database data, and as well as the user data need to be kept on some storage. That's why storage service has also been offered from Microsoft Azure storage. There are different type of storage: blob, table, file, message storage. Other services, they will give on machine learning and AI. This is what everybody is looking for. And IoT, Internet of Things, identity, operations, security. These are all other services. Security, operation, identity. These are all coming under like an IAM, we normally call. That is identity and access management. Something. How you create a user and give them the rights in the Azure platform. It comes from the your normal concept of the AD, Active Directory, or LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Okay. Anyway, these are all the services which are offered from the Microsoft Azure. Next, load balancing services we can have. So these are all coming under the networking chapter. We will be talking about the load balancing. Load balancing is like that when a single server will not be getting bombarded with so many queries or something. What do? We will create multiple servers and we'll put one load balancer like this. This load balancer will be talking to the multiple services on the backend. The user will be connecting to that. Whichever it is a free available, the load balancer will be forwarding the traffic. It's a basic load balancing asset. Application gateway we can create. Traffic manager, we can create that. So these are also possible on the Microsoft Azure. Next, domain services, very important. How many people knows about AD, normal AD? Normal AD in the sense, Active Directory configurations are very much required because when it comes to the Azure in the sense, there are different ADs are discussed and expected that you should be knowing all these things for you. That is nothing but Azure AD, that is called as AAD. Azure Directory, sorry, Active Directory Domain Services. Azure Active Directory Domain Services. There are AAD, ADDS, AADS. So many things are there which you need to come with the proper knowledge on the Active Directory, with how the directory is created, what is the domain, what is the forest, how do you, how do you connect the servers to that under the AD, and under that how do you create a group policy for the peoples? How many servers can be added to the one domain? What is the primary domain? What is the secondary domain? How do you merge the domains? These are all things we just need to understand that before coming into this domain services. What is Azure Active Directory? Modern AD service built directly on the cloud, often the same as a O365 directory service, can sync on premises with the directory service. This is the Azure AD. Okay, this is something different from our normal AD. Next, Active Directory Domain Services. Legacy Active Directory since Windows 2000. Traditional Kerberos and LDAP functionality deployed on Windows OS manually on virtual machines. This is Active Directory, nothing but normal directory we talk about. It is a Active Directory. That service also can be integrated in the Azure, possible. Next, Azure Active Directory Domain Services. This provides managed domain services and allows you to consume domain services without the need to patch and maintain domain controllers on AWS. Domain join, group policy, LDAP, Kerberos, NTLM, all supported, everything. So you just need to come up with the proper knowledge on the AD, then you can work on this. Okay, this is a domain services are offered. And the web apps in the sense, if you are a developer, you can create an applications in the Azure platform. So platform as a service, under that we'll be getting the web application created, mobile application created, right? Logic applications can be created. API, application programming interface applications, they can be created. We'll be seeing maybe one by one on the next one. Web apps, formally they are called as the websites. Build and host apps with the various programming languages. All are supported: Python, PHP, Ruby, like everything is been supported. Auto scalable, highly available, DevOps features included. That's very important. That is the web apps. Then we'll be seeing about the mobile apps. Build a mobile device backend, highly scalable. We can use it for Android as well as iOS. It's possible. Highly available, highly scalable. Build native apps for iOS, Android, Windows, and core cross-core platform applications. Benefit: share same app service deployment into run the reduce cost. This is for developers. I am not a developer. Okay, but we can create application-based things here, and we can give it to the people. They will be developing things. Means we should be knowing that what all the services are offered in the Azure platform. So we are discussing. Next, logic labs. Automate your business processes and workflows. Use the orchestration engine to build as a solution. What are the examples of that? Every time your app calls an API to do some task, where routinely ingest data from the storage blob or external SaaS-based service, regularly check tweets and Slack messages from the specific account. This is like a logic lab. It'll go and find out your tweeting and other things. It can find out that. API apps allows us to easily create, consume, and call the APIs. Option to use the APIs you create. You can create APIs here. And okay, so we've seen some other services which are offered and which are being covered under this AZ-104 exam. That is more important because I'm talking about AZ-104 exam. AZ means Azure 104. That is the Administrator Associate. It's become available on the September 24th. There is a new exam is available. So when you start writing now in this 2022, you will be writing this new exam. In this exam, at least 6 months on hands-on experience, what the candidate should have, administering the Azure, along with a strong understanding of the core Azure services, Azure workloads, security, governance. In addition to that role, should have experience using PowerShell. You see that PowerShell, Azure CLI, Azure Portal, Azure Resource Manager templates. We call it as an Azure RM. These are all the templates which we're knowing about that. Azure RM will be helping us to create the services by using a template which has been created by Microsoft Azure, or you can also create on this. But what all things very important for us to know that I would like to underline this: PowerShell, CLI, Portal plus Azure RM. This we require to know. This has been taught in this course. Okay, you should be having the full open mind to learn all these new things because these are all not there in the normal Windows administration. When you go for a Windows Server administration 2012 R2 or 2016 or 2020, something has come up. So those are all things that are not discussed over there. PowerShell is very basically things are covered on this, but here when it is coming into the Azure platform in the sense, mostly PowerShell and Azure CLI, they are used. And Azure Portal, we can use it for monitoring purpose and like to create kind of pie charts and other things to network monitoring and other things we can do that. But most other things which are done for the production level is being done through the PowerShell and is Azure CLI only. Okay, so these are all the examination info, and this is an examination info. And what is the price for the exam? $165 US, and in Indian price it comes under 4,800 rupees only, Indian rupees. And the languages you can write this much. We require only English. It's enough for us. We can see only English on this. This is exam number AZ-104 Microsoft Azure Administrator. Retirement date is none. There is no retirement at all. You can keep it as it is you want, as much as years you want. But there will be a different level of exam will be keep on coming. We see. When I was making a last time, it was something on March 2021 was the exam, something. It's a syllabus added. Then September again it is came up, September 2021, there is something extra has been added. So better you just need to go and verify yourself, update yourself to the new chapters which are involved with that. Okay. So this exam measures your ability to accomplish the following technical tasks: manage Azure identities and governance, implement and manage the storage, deploy and manage Azure compute services, resources, configure, manage virtual networking, monitor and back up the Azure resources. This much we just need to know about AZ-104. Okay, what all the skills are measured? This content was updated on September 24. Manage Azure identity and governance in 15 to 20% or something. Implement and manage storage things. Deploy and manage the Azure compute resources. Configure and manage virtual networking. Back up the Azure resources. These are all required for you to know that. Okay. I'll go through that until that one. Okay. So this is a skill measure. Okay. I'll show it to you this one which I downloaded yesterday. I guess all you can see this. Exam AZ-104 Microsoft Azure Administrator skill measure. updated on September 2021, September 24. And the audience profile, which has been already, I discussed that. Skills measured. Azure identities and governance. It is 15 to 20% will be asked on this, where you will be learning about the Azure directory services and objects and other things. Okay. Under that, you will be seeing creating users and group, administrative unit, manage user and group property. These are all coming under the group policy, we normally say. Device settings, bulk user updates, managing account, Azure AD joining, self password reset. These are all will be learning on this. And RBAC, that is always coming up in the role-based access control. Manage subscriptions and governance. Azure policy, resource logs and other things. Implement and manage the storage. So secure the storage, SaaS. Shared access signature tokens. It's nothing but a storage. How do you create a storage in Azure? Like managing the storage, export from Azure Job, import into Azure Job, install an Azure Storage Explorer, AZ copy. With this command, we can able to do the AZ copy. And Azure Blob Storage. What are the different storages are available on the Azure? We'll see. Deploy and manage computer resources. And VMs. That's how. How will you create the VMs using the Azure RM, Resource Manager templates? How will you create it through the templates on this? Configurations of the VM. And disk encryptions, moving the VM from one group to another. Manage VM sizes, add data disk, configure networking, redeploy VMs. High availability, create and configure containers, Azure Kubernetes service and containers, Azure App Service, application service plans. Virtual networking, very important. How do we configure the virtual network and including peering? Configure the private and public addresses, user-defined network rules, subnets, endpoints, private endpoints, Azure DNS, right? How do you secure the access to this virtual networks? Create security rules. Opening up that port, that is nothing but a firewall, Azure Bastion, and NSG, that is a security group. Creating the load balancing, monitoring and troubleshooting the networking. Integrate on-premises network with the Azure Virtual Network. How do you integrate that? That is a VPN gateway. We'll talk about that. Express route, WAN, virtual WAN and all. Monitor and backup the resources. How do you take the data backup from the Azure? Okay, that will do. Implement backup and require. Oh. These are all the older ones, and what all implemented from the September 24th that has been given here. Same thing, AD objects, RBAC, governance, storage, blob storage, Azure Compute Service VMs, and create and configure the containers, Azure App Services, networking, almost same. I don't see any difference as such. Monitor and backup the resources. Okay, something has come up like a breakup, backup vault and other things, which are getting created on this one, red color. So that is something virtual machine scale sets, another thing will go for it. So there are little bit changes are there from the older exam to the newer exam. Better we will be going for a newer exam only. That will be easy for us to go for it, right? And this is my contact information. You can come back to me for any courses if you're looking for, Azure administrator level courses, and I used to offer some many other courses as well. All the cloud, AWS cloud I do, Azure cloud I do, because I used to do some many projects as well on many other clouds as well. And networking things, which I will definitely take that. And FI load balancers, firewalls, ASA firewall, checkpoint firewall, Palo Alto firewall, every other firewalls I used to take that. And recently I'm going to start with the DevOps also. Maybe by next month I'll be declaring that. You can come back for the DevOps courses as well from my side. And you can call me on this number, or you can just WhatsApp to me directly. This is my number. You can see this is my number. And you can send an email to this stuckroute@gmail.com, and you can access my all videos on this YouTube channel. It's a free channel. Please take this one and give it to the people give it to your friends, relatives, and colleagues and all like that. Tell them to subscribe to my channel. It is completely free. And I will talk about only the technical things every week. Somebody is asking, Madhu, please, can you tell the difference between Azure Associate and the Solution Architect exam? Please share PPT and the URL used in this section. Definitely, I will be giving you that, Madhu, MZM. And for that, I require your email addresses only, not the phone number I'm looking for. Email addresses, you can give it to me, that I will be definitely sending you this PPT as well as the video link. Whatever the explanations I given to you, all things I will be giving it to you. You don't need to worry about that. You will be getting the mail, you will be getting the first mail from my side to you people only, whoever is attended physically here. You know, like, what is Microsoft Azure integration track? There are many tracks are there, because I am actually a project engineer. I used to, integrate things to that one and all. We used to do some multiple things which may not be covered under any course or something. So what is the basic thing? Near about whatever it is mostly matching. That is the 104 is matching with that many other things which we look for a people to come up and IPaaS based. Okay. Many things are there. We are all doing a lot of migration projects. Definitely, frankly, I'm telling that we are all doing a lot of projects on this one. So at that time, we will be using that Azure platform or AWS platform. Doesn't make any sense, because what the customer looks for, we will be giving that information to them only. AZ-104 will cover Microsoft Team administration. No, it will not come. It will not come. Somebody is asking, Mohammed, I guess MZM. No, it doesn't come under the team. No, team we need to look for. Microsoft Teams, we have to look for something. Maybe that is in O365 some certifications are there. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not clear. I should not, comment on anything which I don't know. I may be, okay. Otherwise, I do one thing. I will be going through the documents which has been shared by Microsoft, and I will be giving you the proper information for you. Maybe, but I can say 104 doesn't cover anything related to the teams. No, nowhere. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, and you will be getting the free stuff from my side. Okay, and I will be sending you all these PPTs and the video things and other things which I send it to you. You can watch it on, and please tell your friends to log into that YouTube and to watch my channels. Definitely thanks for everyone who joins today, and I would like to show you a small interactive sessions with Azure platform. Let me log into that Azure. And I'll be showing you certain things on screens. That will be easy for you to understand that. It's a new logo has come. See that? Very enchanting logo. Okay. This is confirming that. Okay. It's okay. Update. Okay, leave it. Okay. Now it is updating the contact email. It's coming. Somebody's pinging. Okay. Yeah. Please give me a reply. Okay. Nice. All the email address I'm getting there. Please let us go through this GUI sessions. This is my mail address. Will be showing you always when you log into that. And this when you just clear this, let me clear this, and I'll click on this. Then it will be showing you me what are the name Ramnath Keso. That's some other Gmail address I just given it. It's a free one, so I used it. And the notification will be getting it over here. Mail has been updated like that. 14,500 rupees credit is remaining for me. Means the subscription free trial has a remaining credit of 14,500. Whenever you log in with your free trial, it will be showing you these informations for you. Okay, and you can access this notification anytime over clicking this bell symbol over here. And sir, is it compulsory to have a knowledge related to Office 365? Please suggest where I can learn Office 365. Is it compulsory to have knowledge related to? Oh, okay, same question twice. See, Office 365 is nothing but an application. We are all using that Office normally, which is installed in our own laptops, or it's been shared from our Windows servers, so that we used to keep the document over there in the Windows servers locally on the premises. Now there is a new model has come up like that O365 that has been stored in the cloud. O365 is it's offered as a service from the cloud itself. So better you can learn the O365 management. There is a different courses there for that. Like you'll have to go for that. O365 is like a Google Suite only. Google Suite is also the same thing. We can have the PowerPoint, we can have Word, we can have Excel, we can have some calculator. So many things will be coming up on that. Mailing, everything can be bundled as a one solution has been given. That is O365. You need to learn O365. Okay, you have to learn. Yeah, because learning is possible. You can go through some other videos, or you can get into that some other institutes which they will offer the O365 things and other things. Okay, I guess I answered your question. Now next, programming language do we need to have on Azure cloud? Programming language do we need to have? Means Are you asking about the knowledge you would like to have, Madhu? You can unmute your mic and you can ask, no problem. I'm ready to answer that. Your question is still unclear. I guess, yeah, okay. Do I require C, C++ or Python to come into the cloud? No, it is not required. It is not required. I'm telling you, it is not required at all. You don't need to know any programming software, programming languages, something like that to do the Azure platform. But one thing is remaining, that Azure CLI, PowerShell, and other Azure RM templates and other things which are coming up. Those are all a little bit of programming skills required. If you have Python or C, C++ or any other basic knowledge skills, if you have, I'm not telling that you should be a well-versed person, you should be certified to come until this, because you will be easy to understand those things of how the PowerShell is running on that. What are the commands which you are running on this? Because when you come through the software-based platform or something, it's easy for you to understand this all CLI. CLI means command line interface commands. So mandatory, if you're asking me whether it is a mandatory, I say no. But it is advisable to have it means I will say yes. Means you can have this knowledge. What is the problem in acquiring the knowledge? Learn it. Okay. Okay. This is the portal screen, which is not much attractive as the AWS. I never liked this. Anyway, we'll have to see this because we are studying this. You can click these three things. You can see all these things over here. Dashboard, all services, and the favorites, all resources, resource groups. We can create it from here, and the SQL databases. And this is a Cosmos DB. There is another database. Virtual machines, we can create it from here. Load balancers, you go and create a load balancer over here. And see, small description is also coming up. Somebody's pinging. I just completed BTech and I have done Active Directory course from some classes. Okay, can I go with the AZ-104? I'm a bit confused. Definitely you can go for it. Definitely. Tiku, I guess it's Tiku Rolo is asking. Definitely you can go for this AZ-104 because little bit of knowledge on the Active Directory with the Windows Server knowledge is required for you to come to the AZ-104 course. Definitely you can go for that. And if you are looking for that course, you can ping me directly. I will be, I'll be taking this course for you, no problems. Over online, you can definitely take that. For your question, I can say definitely you can go for AZ-104 course now. Yes. Thank you. And storage accounts, we can create. Storage accounts is nothing but like we are creating a storages for us. You see that some pop-up is coming. Create a storage account, can store up to 500 DB of data in the cloud. Use the general purpose strategic account to storage account to store the object data and something like that. No SQL. Thanks a lot. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it's gone off. Okay, storage we were seeing. Virtual networks. Here we can create the virtual networks. Means I was telling about the virtual network creations on this. Create a virtual network to securely connect your Azure resources to each other. Connect your virtual network to your on-premises network, making something like that, creating. Active Directory. Here it is Active Directory. You can create. Free training from Microsoft. We can take a training also. Then monitoring. We can see the monitoring on this. I can go with an advisor, what the advisor is going to talk about. Microsoft Defender for the cloud. It is some kind of, antivirus solution, something. It's a cost management and billing, very important. Let me click this cost management and billing. I'll show you something on this. Because whenever you are creating a resource and you are having a mind that whether it has been coming under the free tier or something like that, if you are just seeing it. So this is my free trial operation. This is my subscription ID. This is my subscription ID, and this is the status is active. Earlier it was disabled. Okay, there's a older account, and this is last billed amount not available because I didn't spend anything on this. Due date not available. Current cost is 0. Everything you can able to see that. So what I do, I will click on this to show you that. It's here. Subscription ID, directory. You see that? Subscription ID is directory information. So my role is an account admin. I am the account admin. Offer is a free trial. Like offer ID, which some number has been given on this. Okay, let me do one thing. I will make the feedback. Yeah. Let me make it bigger so you can clearly see it. Okay, this is a free trial. current billing period is that from 12 January to 11 February, it is active. And the currency is INR, means Indian rupees, because I'm from India, Bangalore. So that's why I am an account admin. I am the account admin. That's why it is showing. My role is an account admin. Offer is a free trial. This is whatever the spending which I have done. What are the spending? It's only the 14,500 rupees is still there intact. I didn't expend it. Anything on this. So these are all how much it has been coming up for free. What all the services are utilized. How much it has been monthly costing. Something it will be showing. So this information we can get that. And this can come under this cloud management and billing, or you can come through this also, like go directly, click on cost management and billing. We'll be showing that. You can come back and see this every time whenever you are creating a resource, maybe day before yesterday or today. Like tomorrow, you can just come and see that. Maybe it will take around 3 to 4 hours to appear the billing on this. And whenever you are logging back again, this notification will also come. How much is remaining for you, like that. Okay. Even after a month, you can run the same account, but there will be a minimal charge will be there for every other resource which you are creating on this. So this is about that. Let me go to the virtual machine. Where is the virtual machine? Yeah, here it is the virtual machine. In this virtual machine, this is a screen for the virtual machine where I can create my own servers here. Either Windows server or a Linux server I can create. I can just click create here, or I can create something like here, so whether it comes. No, it's not there. Okay, click here the virtual machine. So I'm going for that. It's going. Yeah, it's going. Create a virtual machine. Basics. Create a virtual machine runs on Linux or Windows. Anything I can select. Subscription is a free trial. Resource group, I need to create it. There is no resource group as such. I'll have to create that. Demo group. Just say okay. Demo group, and the virtual machine name Linux VM01. West US, East US, any region I can select that. Anywhere I can select it, no problems. And this is for redundancy. Redundancy and all I don't require. Means like when I would like to, when the one server is down, second server will be taking up like that. So image, what I can use any image. Now it is showing Ubuntu, SUSE Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Oracle Linux, Debian Linux, CentOS. I can go for CentOS because I am very easy with that. And Windows Server, this was there. We can even create Windows 10 Pro also, Windows Desktop also we can create. Let me go with the CentOS based. And the size of the server I can create that. This is the free trial services available. See all the sizes. You can see the sizes. Size of the server, like this is a VM size. This is a subscription. Region is the West US. Family, you see that. These are all the family, general purpose. How many virtual CPU I will be getting it? How much RAM I can get it? How much data disk I get? What is the maximum input output per second? Temporary storage, how much I will get it? Like that it will be showing. So free tier eligible. This is a free service. B1S has been already selected. Okay. So even though lesser is also there, you see that. Here we are getting a 1 GB, here getting 0.5 GB. Like that means a 500 MB. Doesn't work out, we will leave it. So it's been already the B1S has been selected, standard B1S. SSH public key, because I would like to log into that server, I can say the password also. So I will give that password as a AZ admin. It's taken, and the password should be 12 to 72 character long. What I will type is Azure admin at. Please confirm the password to match. You can create anything, no problem. Confirm password. Okay. Both are matching. Nothing. Azure admin at 123 I just created. That's it. And the selected ports, let me add some more port also. I'm going to run some HTTP server on this. Then I will go to the disks. Disk I can choose anything. SSD I can choose. SSD means a solid state disk. It's a costlier. I will use it with the standard HDD, and it's coming with an encryption type. Default encryption goes on. Extra disk, if I would like to add, I can go for. Otherwise, I can leave it out. Now it is not required. Networking. In this networking, demo group VNet is already created. You know, like Linux, Vim, IP, selected ports are there. Everything has been there. Load balancing. Currently, I don't want this. I'll go to the management. Now I'm not doing anything management like that, something. Boot diagnostics is the, these are all will require for corporate servers when you're using. You would like to log in with the Azure AD, you can do that. Identity, you can manage it here. Auto shutdown, backup, guest OS update. Then we'll go for advanced. Extensions means if I would like to run any script while the server is coming up automatically, I can paste the script over here. This is like a cloud init, something they call it as. We can do it for a Windows server as well as Linux server also. Enable the user data. We can put some data, push the data to the server itself at the time of starting itself. Nothing I required because I'm just showing you a demo only. So we can go for the tagging. Tag, I'll just give it like a name. Then I will give it like Linux VM01. Oh, sorry. 01. Like that I'll give it. Linux it is come. Let me make it Linux. Linux VM01. 12. What is the 12? These are all the things are named after this exactly. Virtual network is named as Linux VM1. Virtual machine, storage account, SSH key, everything is been named after that. Okay. Then I'll go for review and create. This is the last page. Even after this last page also, we can go back to the previous and we can edit whatever the selections which we made. Currently, I'm not looking for that. You can leave that. Anyway, let it come up. Running the final validation. It's going through. So it takes some time. Whether my account is capable of creating a machine on this Azure platform, that is what been checked here. And yeah, now it is giving that validation passed. I got that. You see that? Here it is saying that validation passed. And what could be the cost I may have to pay? Per hour, I'll be paying 89 paise. That's all. 89 paise. Indian paise, I'll be paying 89 paise only. If I am running for an hour. And the name, mail address, and other things are given. And subscription is a free trial, demo group, Linux VM1, Western US, security type is standard. What image I'm using that? CentOS, that is nothing but a Linux server. Which cabinet I'm running on? B1S, 1 GB, 1 CPU and 1 GB memory. Authentication type is password. And username is AZ-admin. Okay, Spot instance is no. Disk is standard DS. Networking has been already created on its own. Management, nothing. I'm not doing. Advanced, nothing. Tags, I given the name, same name for all these things. I can go ahead and just click create. Now the server is getting created. It may take some time. It will be giving us initializing the deployment over here. See that it's initializing, submitting the deployment. You can see all informations are given to us. Yeah, deployment in progress. Deployment in progress means it will be saying one by one item which are getting created over here. Network is created, server is created, IP address is assigned, something like that. It will be keep on going. No results. Still it is in progress. Yeah, okay, now something is coming up. IP has been assigned, demo group is assigned, Linux tagging is assigned, energy, that is a network security group, that has been assigned, created, it's saying. All are created. Its deployment is still in progress. I need to see the server should be up, first of all. Network is created. You see that I can split it and I can see more. Linux version is getting created. You see that there is a 2 arrows are showing. Still it is in deployment and in progress. What all the things are done? Okay. Public address is required for us to log in from Bangalore. Virtual network is created. That is okay. Security group is created by creating the SSH and HTTP for logging into that. And the server is still getting created. We need to wait until it is getting created. After that, I will be getting the information about the server. What is the public IP? I know what is the private IP, which network it has been created, which region it is there. Okay. All informations I'll be getting on this. Deployment is still in progress. We may have to wait. Resource group is demo group. Subscription is a free trial. Deployment name is a center create VM open logic something. Starting time 23 Jan 22, 12:49 PM Indian Standard Time. Let it get created. Then we will be log into that server to verify things are working or Not. I have some notification here, deployment in progress, it's going on. Eagerly waiting for the server to be coming up. Very simple. Now you see deployment is complete. You can click go to the service here or go to the resource here. Go to the resource. I got this. Now resource group is a demo group. Status is running. Location is West US. Subscription is a free trial. ID and name of the server, it is shown. This is the public IP address. I need to copy this. After that, I'll be logging using this. Here, all the information will be getting it. You see that virtual machine, Linux, OpenLogic, who is offering CentOS, what is the generation, and the agent version. Everything is there. Availability, scaling, security type, and the size of the machine. B1 is the size of the machine. How much virtual CPU and RAM is there, and the public IP address. This I already copied to this. Then you can go to the monitoring. Currently, nothing is actually going on. You see that CPU average, network, disk by disk operations, everything you can see that. Currently, nothing because now I did not even log into that. So maybe some activity goes on. We'll be seeing some graphs going on. So what are the capabilities are there, which are all possible on this? We can configure Merkle something more. And what are the recommendations? There's nothing. Tutorials, if you want, you can go for it. How to log in, how to work. Like they even give you the free tutorial also for you. Keep your virtual machine updated, build and run web application, build a scalable application with the virtual machine scale set, configure network for your virtual machine. Something like that. You can go for that. These are all the tutorials you can have. So what I'm going to do, I just copied this. Again, I will copy it. Then I will start my putty from here. I can start here. This is also my putty only. It may take some time. I'll paste this IP here. Then I'll say enter. It's saying the key has to be accepted. I'm saying AZ-admin. And the password has to be given Azure admin. I have logged in. You see that? I logged in as an AZ-admin has logged in. I should be coming as a root. I will say now I come as a root administrator. If you would like to see what is the server is the first name CTL command I can get. This is a Linux command. Virtualization is Microsoft. Operating system is CentOS Linux 7. Kernel is 3.10. Architecture is 64. Name is Linux Virtual Machine 1. I can say who. It's a AZ-admin logged in. Who am I? We'll say root. Cal, I can check. Calendar. Date, I can check. This is a date. Sunday, January 23. Like I can click name and see that will be showing that what is the Linux VM. This is the operating system and this is our name, the kernel version. When it has been built, that kernel version, June 10th, 2021, and the GNU Linux application. So like we can see many things like this. So what I will do, I'll be installing yum install httpd-5. I'll do that. I'm installing the web server on this one. It's downloading it from the internet and it is installing it in the virtual machine on the CentOS Linux. Let's wait, it's getting installed. Taking time. Yeah, now the package will get installed. Let us say HTTPD means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Daemon is a service. Total download size is 3 MB. Install size will be 10 MB. Now it will install. It has downloaded everything. Now it is installing. Oh, sorry, it's downloading now. Okay. It given a list to us like what all things are getting downloaded like. So because we are running with the very minimal amount of hardware in the server, like 1 GB memory with 1 CPU and all, you will not be able to expect that how much speed. It cannot give much speed for us. We need to wait. Downloading. Let me download again. Sometimes it will be like this only. Yeah, now it is installing. Let me start the service. Systemctl start HTTP. It's done. Then systemctl status HTTPD. There is some spelling mistake here. It's running. You can just see that active loaded running. Then I have to create a web page for me where www.html nano index.html. A little bit of HTML coding you may require that. It's very simple. You can learn everything. You can learn. H1. Welcome all Azure AZ-104 admin session. Then I will close it out with this is the page which I'm going to display to all the people like that. So now I will control X and S and enter. If I like to see that file, I can see that it's saying. So what I do, I'll go back to the browser. I'll copy this public IP again. Would like to check whether my Linux server is working with the web server like this. It's working. Welcome all to the Azure AD admin session. That's all. This is about how to create a virtual machine on the Azure platform. We can see that. Here you can see networking, you can see connect, disk, size, connect. It's going for SSH connection. We can make a connection from here itself. And the networking is that all the parameters will be shown on this. You see that. And size. This is about our size like that. Some other things we can see that's this very much easier like that. We'll go to the overview again. And I can just do that. I can delete the server. You want to delete the virtual machine? Yes. OS disk also I will delete. I have read everything. Then I'll say go for deleting the virtual machine. So it will get deleted, and we will be seeing it in the virtual machines. Like I will go to that home, then I'll click on virtual machine. It will be saying that running now still. I can refresh it here. It's still running. And it is deleting the virtual machine. So it will delete it, not an issue. Okay, now I got that connection went down because server is getting deleted. I'll close this, it's not required. Deleting the virtual machine, it may take some at least a minute or something. You can see that here, I can refresh it. Okay, that's all from my side today about the Azure platform and the AZ-104 course. I'll be conducting this course online only. It's possible on online. Maybe the course details and other things I'll be sending to you through the email. What could be the timing and all, like, maybe a month or near about 30 to 40 days it may take. Successfully deleted, I see that. 30 to 40 days it may take for us. If you just click refresh, deleting, it's saying it'll go off. After some time it'll go off. Okay, then if you have any queries about this course at any time you would like to come back to me, you can note down this number and you can talk to me on this number anytime. Okay. And thanks everyone who has joined today. And you asked some very good questions also. That's nice. I'll be sending this PPT and to the video link to the people in next half an hour timing. Please give me some half an hour time. And please, again, I would like to request with you that please subscribe to my channel to look for more Azure videos as well as other videos as well. Okay. Thank you for joining today, and thanks all. I'm going to end this meeting. If you have any questions in your mind you didn't ask now, maybe you can call me or you can send a WhatsApp to me on this, or you can send an email to me on this. Thank you very much. Thanks all for joining today.
Thanks, Ram.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So many people are saying thank you. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, Ram.
Bye. See ya. Okay. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.